there! So today we are gonna tell the very requested story of how we met. Okay, where do we start?
You start.
I guess I start, yeah.
Good.
So we went to the same college together for the first 2 years.
Yeah. She left me. Thanks.
I transferred last year to a different school, so this is like, the beginning of this was during our first year, yeah. Okay, so the very first time that I saw her, we had this thing called Target night. Basically, they rent out the whole Target for us to go and they like play music. They don't give any free stuff. You just go and you buy. It's like, okay, so like if you move into your dorm and
like
you
last minute shopping.
Yeah, and you forgot like a mirror or something, you would go to Target and buy a mirror with all your friends, and it's like where everyone meets people.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how pretty much I met like some of my friends.
So we take buses. Usually because we don't park on campus our first year because we're not allowed to. We got on the bus, and as we were going back from Target, I see
my beautiful face, first of all.
And I was like, who's she?
Damn, look at me, hella cute.
But me, I was like, I'm just gonna go sit in the bus by myself.
I
literally sat in the bus by myself.
See this like happen, or like
she didn't see me
because I didn't see her because I was like, I'm very like, I have tunnel vision.
She did not see me, and I saw her and I was like, whatever. I was like, maybe I'll see her around campus, I don't know. But she wore like this one hat that everyone knows her by. So I was like, it was really easy to find her. And I remember I was like, one time I was like in the dining hall and I saw her and I was like, should I go behind her and get the same food? I did. She still didn't see me.
I actually don't tunnel vision, literally. This is all I see.
Then it was the library.
Now that.
So then the next part, I was going to study in the library, and I'm like, oh my God, there she is. Like at one of the first few tables, like, so I saw her right away and I was like, should I go sit next to her? That's really weird. Cause then like, what do I do? Just sit there? And I was like, I mean, there's an open spot, so I'm gonna go sit there. I was a little ballsy that day. So then I go and sit down and I'm like, putting my book down like, whoa.
She did not look nervous whatsoever. She looked like, she was like, I got this, I own this place, I own this table for fun.
So then I like sit down and I like, who sits down next to someone cute thinking they're gonna study? Cause they're not. I literally didn't study.
You look so studious though. Like I was like, dang.
I was like, I need to do something. I have a midterm. I gotta get my shit together. So I like pull out my book and I'm like looking, and like we're literally sitting like she's
face
on
to face.
Yeah, it's just the only thing in front of us is our computer.
We might as well be on a first date, to be honest.
So then I was like looking up and I'll be like, she didn't look at all, and I was like,
I actually kept looking. Like I was looking. But like I was so nervous because like I couldn't look at her for longer because I thought she was gonna catch me looking, because I actually thought she was really cute.
So I was like, this is pointless. Like I'm just sitting here embarrassing myself. I mean, she didn't look at me, so I guess I wasn't embarrassing myself. So I was like, whatever, and I'm like doing my work, and then all of a sudden, her ex comes over, her girlfriend at the time, and I was like, I kind of saw them together like some other time while eating, and I was just like, me again, stupidly sitting in front of her, thinking she's gonna notice me when her girlfriend's there. But basically she kind of got up with her girlfriend and left, and I was like sitting there with my work not done, like,
no, well, girl, no work.
Yeah, basically. I was like, well, this is stupid. So
the first time I saw her, I think like the first time that I actually do remember seeing her was in the library. So she like, I see this girl, like, oh, I was like, well, God bless her. Yeah, no, seriously, I'm not even kidding. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have experienced this. I feel like the world stopped a little bit. I feel like it was just the two of us, you know? I'm not, stop. Honestly, this is gonna sound so wrong because like, as she said, I was dating someone at the time. But like, I couldn't help myself. It's just like, the world just stopped. I forgot everything that was happening in the whole world. I didn't even know who I was. So anyway, she was.
I didn't even think she looked up. Who? Me?
It was just like a chance of missed opportunities. So like, she walked by, and then she like, I thought she was just gonna walk by because like there were so many open seats.
No, there wasn't.
Yes, there was.
Okay, well there was only one open at the table.
On that table, yeah. No, I thought you were gonna go like in the back. She sits down and I go, this girl is totally sitting there because she thinks I'm cute. And then I literally go, oh my God, you're so cocky. Like, shut up. Like, why are you thinking that? Little did I know, she actually sat there because she thought I was cute. And I started freaking out. Like, I couldn't talk for some reason. Honestly, I talk to anybody. Like, you ask her. Anyone who has a pulse, I talk to.
She could talk to a rock.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how social I am. I'd say sorry to a mannequin for God's sakes if I bump it. So like, I sat there and I was like, oh, I gotta talk to her. So I was like thinking of a lame excuse to talk to her. I had to go pee. So I was like, all I could think of was like, oh, have her watch my stuff, you know, like, oh, like, say like, oh, hey, excuse me, like, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom, could you watch my stuff, you know? And then even that I couldn't say. It took me, I was practicing in my head for like 10 times. I was like, how do I say this? Do I say it this way? Do I say it this way? Because I just thought like every time I would say it, it would sound so like creepy. Anyways, I kept like peeking and then I kept looking at her and then she like looked so serious. Like she was like studying so hard and I was like, oh my God, I can't bother her. Like I can't possibly bother this beautiful human like in front of me. So it's like such an inconvenience. And then it got to the point where I really couldn't like hold it anymore. So I just like put my stuff down and then I went to go pee and I come back and I was like, well, now I don't have any excuse to talk to her ever. And then I was like, and then I saw that she had a psychology book like right next to her and I took psych fall semester and it was spring. So I already knew like half the stuff. So what I was gonna do was say like, oh, hey, like, are you taking it with Avalon? Even that I couldn't eat. Oh, I just felt so uncomfortable. I felt so like creepy.
So basically we're both sitting across from each other like,
yeah, like she's looking at me like, oh my God, she's cute. And I'm looking at her like, oh my God, she's like the most beautiful person I've ever seen. And then I was thinking she was way out of my league. Is that how it goes?
yeah.
I don't speak English that well, so I'll just see. So it's like she's like way out of my league. Like I was not worthy to even talk to her. And then if I hadn't just known that you like actually wanted to talk to me, that would have been such a beautiful. But anyways, that happened, and then I didn't get to talk to her because I was so scared. So I was like, whatever. And then my ex, my girlfriend at the time, came. We left, blah blah blah. And then I was just like, damn, like. So I go back, and then I go to my roommate, to one of my roommates. Shout out to freaking Alicia over here. Homegirl Alicia. Okay, so like I go back to her and I was like, dude, I just saw like literally this prettiest girl like ever. Like I gotta find her. Like, and she's like, do you have a crush on her? Like, well, I was like, no, I don't know. Like, I just feel like I really needed to talk. Like, I need to talk to her. Like, I just have to. And she was like, okay, what does she look like? And I go, she's some white girl with curly hair. And that's all I could say because I literally did not look at her face long enough to even like recognize her eyes, her nose, like something.
I mean, it wouldn't have helped the brown eyes. Okay, everyone.
So my friend, my roommate at the time, goes, that's literally half the population of the university, which is so true. Everybody, for some reason, in my university, have dark eyes, and then this curly hair. For some reason, everybody has curly hair. So yeah, she was like, okay, that's so helpful. I was like, okay, thanks. So, and then I was like, but she takes psychology, like Psych 1 or whatever.
Creep.
You've been staring at me since fall semester, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then she was like, okay, do you know if she takes it with Avila or the other professor? And I was like, I'm not sure, so we have to check both. The first psychology class is at 7:30 in the morning, and I kid you not, I actually dragged my roommate at 7:30 in the damn morning. I had to bribe her with a freaking breakfast burrito just so she would come. I wasn't thinking rationally. All I knew is that I had to find her, you know, like I just had to. So anyways, like we go there and then she was like, we're gonna do like go in front of the class and be like, hey.
Yeah, that's why I was stupid.
So like when we got
and
there.
I sat in the, like, not the front, but like the front half. So I don't know what the point was, but it's cute.
She was like, we're gonna do it. And it was like, we got there, I was like, I literally didn't get this far. And then we were just.
And I wasn't in the 7:30 class. So I wasn't even in the building. We were just looking
at the people from the back and I was like, there's so many girls with like curly hair, so we laughed, whatever. And then we went to the 5:30, which is actually, I was in the 5:30, yeah. So it was at 5:30 in the afternoon, and we went there, and I still didn't know what to do, so like, it's like, what the heck? So I just like looked at people from the back. I don't even know how I thought that was gonna help.
I don't know how you didn't find me, because I was with Jackie, who also has curly hair. Like,
there were so many girls that had curly hair. I was like losing my mind. There was like so many of them. I lost hope. I was like, So I like stopped looking for her because I was like, I probably just like imagined the whole thing, you know, like whatever. So I went to the library again, and then I saw what I thought was her, but it was actually her doppelganger, right? That's what you say it.
You could just twin, whatever. I guess.
Or her like fake twin,
look-alike.
her look-alike. There you go. She was there, and I saw her, and I like looked at her, and I like for some reason I didn't feel the same way as I did when I saw her. Because I was thinking, this might get confusing. So I was thinking Raquel was like that girl, her twin. So I was looking at her and I was like, why did I look for this girl everywhere? Like,
because like it
wasn't like I was saying like, oh my god, she's like not like attractive or whatever. It was more like I didn't feel what I felt when I first saw her. So it was like, maybe I just got excited for some reason, you know? Mm-hmm. So I totally forgot about her. I was like, it was a waste of my time, whatever. So I moved on.
And then, that's sad. So, like, I wasn't, like, I mean, like, I thought she was cute. It was, like, whatever, you know. So, we were part of this club that was going to go to San Francisco. And so, I'm, like, going with my friend. And we show up. We're, like, all getting in, like, we all got in cars to drive to San Francisco.
It was, like, a carpool thing.
Yeah. And we got, like, we showed up. And I was, like, to my friend, I was, like, look, that's the same girl on the bus. Everyone, the same one I've been talking about. Like, she's on the same trip as us. And there weren't, like, it wasn't, there was what, maybe 20?
Yeah,
like
it was a lot of people.
The chances of us talking, it was probably gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I drove, right? Yeah,
you drove,
I drove. So
and I wanted to be in your car.
So, like, I'm, like, looking and I'm getting, like, people in my car and I was like, what if she gets put in my car? And I was like, she's not even looking at me. I'm still here on the curb. She hasn't even looked over once. I'm like, this is stupid. Like, we might as well just go. And so you were actually wishing she was in my car.
I wanted to be in her car.
You just thought I was someone else that was cute or something, huh?
Yeah, no, I thought...
This is the weird part. She did not realize...
that the girl in the library is her.
But you also didn't realize, like, that I even looked like the other girl.
Yeah, no, that's the thing, like, because, like, I just totally forgot about that. I literally, like, canceled it out of my brain. I thought it was such a waste of my time. So,
and then I remember I was, like, sitting in the car before we were about to leave in the parking lot, and, like, so my window was down, and so I was facing one way, and that car was facing the other way, so technically we were, like, right next to each other in the window, and my window was down, and I just kept, like, looking over. And, like, we were playing music. Too. She didn't look at me once.
I looked at her so many times. I was, like, pining over. I was like a little dog. I felt like such a little puppy, like, please adopt me.
So, whatever, we had different cars, and I remember I could still see her white hat through the car in front of us. Like, I knew where she was.
My white hat every single day.
Not anymore.
How did I not, like, have my hair?
Yeah, and so then we were, like, staying in a hostel. Yeah, a hostel, and she was in the room next door or whatever, and then one day she comes out with, like, all this perfume, like, spraying the whole world, and I was like, I guess I'll compliment her on her perfume. I don't know what else to say. We still hadn't talked at this point, like, not even hi or anything. So I just came out and I was like, oh, that smells really good. And you were like, thanks. My roommate or whatever got mad that I was spraying, and I was like, oh, well, I like it. Yeah. Not flirting, like, because she was with her girlfriend. Like, it was like us three were hanging out. Like, it wasn't
cringy.
It wasn't, like, super weird or anything. Because, like, I was going to be friends with your girlfriend at the time, too. Like, she was cool. And so we were all kind of hanging out. It was, like, whatever.
Full disclaimer, I wasn't, like, full-on flirting with her. Like, I have a very, air quotes, flirty personality. Ugh, it's not. I'm just nice.
No.
But,
she flirts with a lot.
So, like, full disclaimer, like,
not anymore.
My girlfriend at the time was, like, kind of, like, leaving me. Like, kind of was, like, doing her own thing. So I kind of, like, had to, like, find my, like, person to, like, hang out with, like, kind of, like, friends or whatever.
But it was still, like, we had just met, like, 24
like,
hours ago. So it was, like, still very, like,
we were, like, close. We were, like, BFFs.
And, like, I was, like, kind of, like, I was, like, you know, I mean, it's scary when you think someone's cute and you're talking to them.
Oh, yeah.
But, so then another thing, we parked and our car got towed. Like, we literally came back and we were searching the street until, like, our car disappeared. And then someone comes out of their door and was like, hey, your car got towed. And I was like, this is a rental car. Like, this is not my car. And we, like, had to, like, call the tow. I was, like, not supposed to tell anyone or whatever. I mean, it was just because it was, like, kind of embarrassing and it was a big deal. I don't know. And so I was like, maybe I'll tell her because, like, I guess we're kind of friends now after one day.
No, she just wanted to talk to me.
I was like, maybe I can build a little trust here. I don't know, make her feel important that I told her. So I was like, I mean.
I am important. Like, I'm a big deal.
I was like, so last night we got our car towed. The trip was only like 2 days. And then so we go back and I'm like returning the rental car, and I check my Instagram, and it was like 2 follow requests, and it was from you and your ex. When I got it, it was still like so surprising that she even friend requested me. It was like, oh, this one girl on a trip that we hung out for like a day. Like it wasn't that big of a deal. It's like someone you meet. So I wasn't expecting her to actually follow me, and I was like, she wants me. And then
I actually did. I'm never gonna deny that. Why lie?
I liked 2 of her pictures because I do that sometimes. Like if I follow someone, I'll like 2 of their cute pictures. And then she goes and likes all 100 and something of them. And then I'm like, girl, what you want?
So I messaged her. I was like, you're creepy. Like, you're creeping on my Insta, liking my pics from like weeks ago.
I was like, you liked every single one of mine. What are you talking about? Like, there's nothing worse than, you know? And then
I was being nice.
As we were talking, we kind of like got more comfortable with each other. So I was like, maybe I should tell her about the library. But I was like,
oh yeah.
So then I was like, yeah, I've seen you around campus before. Like, I saw you in the library one time.
My world turned upside down when she said that.
Okay, so this is the thing. There was another day in the library that she sat across from the girl that was my twin. So she texts me and she's like, oh my God, you saw me on that day that I looked really ugly? And I was like, what are you talking? Like the day I saw her, she literally was like in a blazer. Like I was like, looked ugly who? And she's like, oh yeah, it was raining, my hair was up, I was in sweats. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like that is not who I saw.
And then we figured it out and I was like,
it was the other girl.
In all caps, I go, oh, you're the girl with the psychology book. And then she was like, I guess, yeah, I was studying for psych that day. And I was like, no, you don't understand. This is a big freaking deal. Like,
and I was like, well, yeah, honestly, it's kind of embarrassing, but I did sit across from you because I thought you were cute.
And she said that, she was like, not to be creepy, but I sat across from you. Like, I memorized this because I was like so flattered. I was like, she thinks I'm so cute.
Freaking out. I was like,
me too.
Because then it was like, it kind of validated everything I did. Like I didn't look that stupid sitting there because she was doing the same thing. And I was like, this is
freaking out. Like we were like back and forth like, oh my God, like I know you. Yeah.
But then again, she was still dating her ex and I was like talking to someone. So it was like more like also like friends. Like, I don't know. It was just like, we wanted to be in each other's life somehow. Like it was like that draw or whatever.
We're like best friends. Yeah. Like we didn't put it 2 and 2. Like, I'm pretty sure the people around us were like, just date already, God.
Everyone was.
Yeah, everyone was just like, guys, you love each other, just go. And then we're kind of just like, no, I don't think that is it. I think it's just because we're kind of like the same people. Basically, she friend zoned me. She was like, oh my God, like, best friend, like, whatever,
you
bro.
Had a girlfriend. What do you mean I friend zoned you? I didn't have a girlfriend at the time. I was just talking to someone. It was you. And so like this was the end of our first year, yeah. And just over the summer we just texted a lot. Like she texts like crazy. Like she'll text you like paragraphs at a time instead of like 1-word responses. So we would actually only text each other once a day. Like literally one would respond in the morning, one would respond at night because I had school and summer school and work.
And I had summer school all day.
All day, yeah. So we like technically didn't talk that much or whatever. And then over the summer
it was weird like how close we got when we literally talked once a day.
And then so over the summer I had a girlfriend too. So this time we were both in relationships and we were just texting as like best friends.
We were
like
tight. We were like
I remember because I'm obsessed with cows and
oh yeah.
When she told me she loved cows, I was like,
we bonded over it.
We
were literally the same person.
Yeah.
And we laughed about like the same things. Like,
so I was like, oh my God, I like actually have a best friend now. Yeah, and it was really cool because I was gonna be living on campus and I was like, you can come like to my dorm, whatever. She's like, I'm gonna show up to your dorm, and trust she did.
Yep, I showed up.
She'd come over just to take naps.
Yeah.
But anyway, so like we were
special.
We were like best friends for.
Your bed was so comfy.
I know.
I loved it.
We were best friends for like all of the summer, and then we started school, and we were still just like really good friends. I introduced her to like my roommate, so we all kind of like became like a trio.
Shout out to Krisha.
Yeah. Oh, I love her so much. And so it was like really cool because I got to live with my best friend, and then my other best friend would come over like every day.
We literally all lived together.
It was really cool. So we had like a lot of fun. So then there was one time that she got really drunk, and this was like, we were still friends. Like it was kind of like our feelings were both other places, so it was like kind of weird. And then she got drunk one night and was like,
confess my undying love.
Yeah. I was so shocked.
Until to this day, it's like it never happened to me. Yeah. I like blacked out. Don't drink.
Yeah, don't drink, friend. All after that, it kind of just went downhill, I guess, for you.
Yeah.
And then
okay, but it wasn't my fault that my girlfriend at the time broke up with me, because that was her fault.
Yeah, it was.
I'm not a bad person.
It was kind of messy, I guess.
Yeah. It was a messy breakup. I'm not gonna drag anybody.
It kind of sucked because I was also friends with her ex.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
her
yeah.
friend,
We were all
her
good
ex
friends.
was friends with one of my friends, so we all like hung out. Like it would be really fun. We all hung out together.
Yeah.
So I was like kind of sad that that all happened.
Like went down the way.
And then so she was single for once, but I was still in a relationship.
I wanted her. I wanted her in any way a person could want a person. Honestly, like it hurt me that she would talk about her girlfriend, like something like it literally like was breaking my heart.
And it was like hard.
And I wanted to get over her like so bad
because she's like such a hype person. So I'd like be getting ready in the morning. She's like, "Oh yeah, look at you," and I'm like,
my Snapchat was just her. Like people were like, "Just date her already." I was like, "You think I wouldn't if I could?"
She was like a really good friend, and she was also hyped me up. And I was like, "This is still the girl I thought from day one that was really cute." You know, like this is just kind of like a struggle. And then me and my ex at the time, it was just kind of wasn't working out. So then we ended up breaking up, and then. For once, since this whole thing happened,
we're finally both single together. I literally almost gave up. Like it hurt so bad. Like literally seeing her with her ex, like her listening. It was because like we were best friends, so like I had to be there for her. When she talked about her ex, like if they had problems, I couldn't be like, "Oh yeah, leave her." Like that's rude. You know? Also, like I wasn't like against like that. Like I want her to be happy. Like I loved her so much that I wanted her to be happy, even if it wasn't with me. You know.
Aww.
So cringy.
And another thing is like I had already applied to transfer, so like the fact that I could be moving 8 hours away before we even like started dating, like I remember there was one night I was like crying. I was like
crying until like 5 in the morning. By the way,
this was a different. Okay, there was like 2 cry nights, whatever. I was like, why would you date me if I'm gonna leave? Like this whole sob story, like that I finally got my chance.
She didn't want to date me because of that.
But it like actually
because of long distance, you guys. This is my one true love. Distance. Come on.
We're 2 hours long distance now.
During school we're 8 hours long distance. But like she really thought I was gonna say no to my shot of my one true love. Because she was gonna be 8 hours away. Oh hell no.
So everything was like going smoothly. We finally were both single and finally flirting. And then
flirting without it being illegal. It was legal.
It was the first time. Smoothly, and then Missy did a little fuck up. We'll ignore that. But anyway, so I like kind of ignored her for a week or so, and I was like,
I really thought I was gonna lose her. I was like, wow.
Like she finally had her chance, and she kind of ruined it.
Kind of blew it.
But then I was like, so like 2 weeks went by, and it's hard because again, she's best friends with my best friend too. So like she would be in my dorm, I'd be like, I was like, I guess. And then after,
come on, you know you
because then like you look back, and so like this is already in our 2nd year, and I was like, this has been going on for like a year and a half. Like I finally have my shot. Like she's literally the most amazing person ever. Like,
aw, thanks. I'm glad you think so.
I was like, why would I just like ruin it? Like she didn't do anything like super bad. Like I was like, it's okay, whatever. So then we went on a date. She took me on her first date, and
I was so nervous.
Yeah,
I literally was like, I couldn't even breathe. I felt like
we've been dating for a year and like 7 months, and she still gets nervous on some dates. Like she literally can't talk. I'm like, you can talk to a rock, but you can't talk to your girlfriend.
I think it's hard to not get nervous around this girl. Honestly, I feel like
thankfully she makes me super comfortable. Like I've never been so comfortable around someone. So I'm like being me all the time, if not extra.
God. I know.
And so
I bring out the extra in you.
I'm already extra. You just top it off.
Churro! I wouldn't date you if you weren't extra.
Okay. And then so I'm fucking hungry.
Again? Let's go eat.
I barely ate.
Oh yeah, you ate just now. Why don't you eat?
I had boba
for breakfast. I had Chipotle for breakfast. Breakfast.
Okay, so then we gone on our first date, and
she cried on our first date. Not happy tears because
I thought she was taking me skydiving, and like I know a lot of people think it's fun, but I would be way too scared. And I literally thought she was taking me skydiving, and I was like, "This is our first date. Like, can you please chill out?"
She literally was crying. But no, I just took her to what are those called?
Like a trampoline place, yeah.
Park.
And so like. I tried to grab her hand, like I literally put my hand down. It was like this.
Alright.
She goes like this. And I go like this.
And I go, I high-fived her. Because I was so used to us being best friends.
Yeah, I know, but like being on a date, and I was like,
I'm
there goes my
sorry.
shot. Like she asked me, why don't you want to hold my hand? Like
But
I
you
know
didn't
it's
end up holding
clammy,
your
but
hand? Like when we start shopping and each other?
maybe, I don't
Yeah.
remember. So after our first date, we kind of just like, I mean, we were like, we liked each other, we finally both, and so it kind of was just.
We liked each other ever since. What are you talking about?
This was like, I don't know, November that we went on it? Or October?
November.
Of our second year.
Yeah.
And then so it was Christmas break. Yeah.
And she came
It
to
was-
me. She drove 3 hours to see me.
And I like met her family. We were still, like your family knew we liked each other, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told them I would like.
Because we
would-
had already been friends also at this point since
Yeah.
like May, and it was November, so we'd been friends for months now. Like my family knew about her as like my friend. So we spent the whole day together. We did like really cute stuff, and then it was like nighttime, and she just like is staring at me, and I'm like, what? And she's just staring, and then we're laying there like kind of cuddling, and she's like, ah, and I was like, what? And she's like, nothing, and I was like, me again. I already know what's gonna happen. She's probably gonna ask me to be her girlfriend. And so like we're sitting and like this keeps going.
I'm
for
usually the confident one. I'm usually like the, I'll talk to that person.
2 hours of.
It sounded like I was about to throw up, to be honest.
Like she'd be like, well, like the words would start coming out. Like, I was like, can you just ask? I almost did it. Like literally, it'd been an hour, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I just say, will you be my girlfriend? Because clearly she's struggling. But I was like, I'll just let her do it. So then
I go, so you want to do this? And she was like, who? What?
So like this whole time I'm expecting, will you be my girlfriend? She's like, so you want to do this?
And
I
she was like,
do what? And then
And it was like this, you know? You want to be my girlfriend? I like,
didn't know. I was like, do you mean date?
yeah.
I was like, do you mean date? Like, what do you mean this?
I couldn't say it. I was so embarrassed.
And I was like, yeah. I could tell you've trying to been asked for 2 hours. Like, finally you said it. Thank you. Yes, I'll be your
I was
girlfriend.
gonna scream, but it was like 12 in the morning. So. And then in the morning, she did the exact same thing that I was doing that night. She was staring at me.
Okay.
Your lips were like, yeah.
Okay, but it took me
shaky.
like 20 minutes maybe. Because,
That's
okay, so like, since we'd already been friends, I already loved her as a best friend. And then we'd been already talking for like 3 months or whatever.
Shut up, me.
So I was like, she asked me out, I'll tell her I love her because I do. And it was winter break, so I wasn't gonna see her again for another like 2 weeks or whatever. So now I was doing the same thing. I was like, but I didn't say anything. I just stared at you. Like
No, she didn't.
I was
like
like looking
spit
at her
words
like,
I
oh,
did.
she's so cute. And then I said it, and then she's like, what? I was like,
You're
I
like-
love you, and you're like,
Yeah, you're like, I love you, and I was like, oh, you do. And I was like, I love you too.
And then it was cute. And then I drove home, and here we are.
Here we are. We're actually dating, you guys.
Here.
You're in 7 months. Yes.
Almost 8. No, not almost 8. Happy as can be. And then everyone was so glad we finally dated because they all were like, we fucking did.
Everybody knew we wanted to date. Like, we should be dating. Oh my god, I would look so good with a beard. But yeah, so finally we're dating. Thank God. About damn time I got finally get to date on this. Look at that. Honestly,
So
I wouldn't trade it for anything.
we are
Craziness.
doing long distance at different universities. We both have a year left, and we'll figure out from there. But we've been doing long distance literally
For a year now.
more than a year in a few months,
Oh man.
and it's going good.
Yeah. It's not hard, you know. I mean, it is hard for like some people and stuff like that, but like
It's also hard because like she's my best friend, so like I love to do everything with her. But
yeah,
like
we do everything together.
it's
We're
good to
touching
have two different
like,
lives.
yeah. That's,
Like,
oh yeah. No,
we
it's
have
so
two different
good.
lives, but like we
We
have
grow
one
as different
together,
people, yeah.
and we help each other grow as people. So basically, it went perfectly. It was like the dream relationship. Like I honestly did. Like I was never that kid. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna get married and do all this. Like I never thought about that, and I was just like, maybe someday I'll find the love of my life.
Here she is, flesh. You know you love me. You do.
Yeah, you love me.
I'm hella cute. Yeah, I love you a lot,
I
actually.
like a lot. Thank you for watching. That was probably the longest video ever.
They don't even know who I am.
Oh,
My name's Sam, by the way.
my Sammy Sam.
Yes, that's me.
Like, comment, subscribe to my channel.
Oh yeah, comment as to what you want her to do with her channel.
That was a little accent there.
Oh.
That's okay. Thank you for watching. Thank you.
Do your dance, Lola.
Dance, 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 dance. Okay. Thank you for watching. Bye.